studio apartment, and this one is the bike shop / workshop area. As you can see from the outside, we've got golden cedar stained pine siding.
1x8 shiplap.
What?
1x8 shiplap.
1x8 shiplap pine stained with golden cedar, and we also paired it very nicely with sunnet blue concealed fastener metal siding installed by our in-house metal fastening team.
Might want to speak up a little.
Yeah, we focused on, I guess, the overall kind of style of the house was really focused on this corner, since it was the corner that you would approach when you were driving up the driveway. And then we also modeled it after what we call the pinch, which is where you walk around the house to get to the main entrance, so that you're a little bit separated from the main owners who would be living in a separate house, theoretically.
Can you talk to us about this angle? What is this angle all about?
Yeah, this angle, we had a whole process of designing the different siding styles, and Phoebe and Scott, our clients, wanted something more metal than wood and something a little bit funkier. So we sent them a bunch of ideas, and they liked this one the best, which is a diagonal cut where the wood and metal touch, and each angle is the same, and they wrap around the building, and I think there's 4 diagonal cuts on each segment, or on the building total.
Should we walk around really quick?
Yeah.
Let's go this way.
Sure.
So what are we looking at from this corner?
From this corner this is the bedroom section of the house, and it's kind of the most private corner of our house design. The main house would theoretically be over that direction. And these 2 windows are both in the bedroom, and they look out towards Phoebe and Scott's property in Sharon. Once it's moved there, they don't currently do that. Also, we had a lot of height constraints with the modular home aspect of it, since we have to travel down the road with this building on a trailer. So our overhangs are added on after, and they have the same wood and stain added onto the overhangs to box them in and enclose them.
And so why is this so different right here?
Yeah, it looks like an unfinished house, but it's not. So promise we've kind of finished it. So once these houses have to go in separate chunks, because you can only travel with loads that are 13.6 down the highway without getting special permits for oversized loads and pilot vehicles and stuff like that. So we broke our design up into 2 chunks, and everywhere that you see plywood and zip system is where the second modular chunk will be attached once they're on site together. So this hole in the wall that you see is actually not quite the entryway to the studio. The entryway to the studio is through the other, straight ahead, as you can see, it's through the other modular.
Maybe let's walk around that part too, and
Yeah.
then we'll go inside. Hello. So now, look at what just arrived.
Yeah, doors. Last day of class. Ready to install, but we're not ready to install them.
So this door right here goes right here.
So this is the front door to the studio apartment over there. And once you open it, you walk through, and then you immediately turn right, and then you come out into that section of the studio.
This is open over here.
And you can see more of the diagonal design on here. And this is the shop. So Phoebe and Scott wanted huge access double doors, which just arrived today also. And that allows Scott and Phoebe, who are coupled with a lot of bikes to put bikes in and take bikes out and everything they need to do in the workshop. Also, the point of the two spaces was to have separate entrances so that if Phoebe and Scott ever rented out the studio space to separate people, then they could still use the shop and heat it separately, go on vacation, not heat it, anything that they wanted to do. So yeah, we designed the workshop for a lot of storage space for all of Scott and Phoebe's tools. They're also huge outdoorsy people, and so there's a lot of storage space in here. And looking at this wall, Mac, our building instructor, pointed out that if Phoebe and Scott ever wanted to convert this shop plus studio apartment into one building instead of two separated buildings, they could put a door in this wall because right past that wall is the entryway.
In like that space.
Yeah. So we didn't insulate that wall so that when you cut through it, insulation didn't fall out.
Also, the studs are so that you can fit a door in that spot.
Yep. And this space is floored in the same way as the rest of the studio apartment. So it's a seamless transition, and one isn't an incredibly dedicated workshop space.
And then that's where the wires come through from the other building.
And that wall there touches the studio.
And then that's the mechanical room door right there.
Yeah. So once we figure out the exact sizes of everything that we're buying mechanically wise, then we'll build the mechanical room out. Well, we is a very loose term.
Anywhere.
It will be built in the future, and that door will be the door for the mechanical room.
And the mechanical room goes right there
Yeah.
in that little space.
So I guess we could keep going around, showing the beautiful, beautiful diagonal design.
Look at that moment.
Look at that moment.
What did you say? Oh, moment.
Oh, that corner, that window.
And then, as we pointed out in video part 1, the face that looks unfinished on the studio and this face that looks unfinished on the workshop are going to be the faces that are touching on site. So they're both basically halves of a double stud wall, which means that there's basically two walls next to each other. And it'll be a super warm wall. It'll be great. Also, the buildings are roofed with EPDM roofing material that's basically like a rubber because they're not sloped severely enough for water to not, for us to not worry about water penetrating the roof.
Fun.
So
Did we talk about this up here?
No, but we can.
Yeah, this is one of the exterior light fixtures that will be as soon as you walk into the front door right here. It's going to have a corner along there, so we thought having the triangle that way would be aesthetically pleasing. In order for this house to be moved down to the place where it's going to be located, we couldn't put the exterior lights on, but there's shellac to keep it waterproof around the edges. And that is just up there to add extra support so nothing flies off of our building while it goes down the highway, because that would be terrible. So that is a little Yestermorrow touch that we like to add, without making it too embellished.
We'll probably have some coat hooks here, so this kind of acts as a mudroom that you could put your boots and stuff in, and then you enter the house this way. Hey there.
Hello.
This is our house. Right here we have the kitchen. This was all custom made by us and designed by us. We have reclaimed the butcher block for the countertops and birch plywood for the structure of the cabinets. Stove will go in this hole here. Sink will be cut out of this space. We have a fridge that will go here, and then our hot water heater will go in this cabinet here.
Also, the doors haven't been put on yet in many of these cabinets, so the hot water heater won't just be sitting there, it'll be hidden. Fun fact about the counters, they were Anastasia, our design instructor's desk. and it was a lot quicker for us to use something that we already had. So, and they were the exact perfect size.
Who's that in the window?
Oh, look at these beautiful windowsills.
Wow.
Yeah. Only a little dusty. The flooring is also birch. It's really nice. It's tongue and groove, very polished and shiny. You can dance around on it if you like. The hallway over here leads to the electrical box. It was also built out pretty wide, so that way there could be built-ins placed here later on in this little corner here.
From this
Having
wall.
work and dance around. Or you could just have cabinet or a table or whatever you wanted.
Graham, could you walk us through the bathroom?
Sure. Come on in. So this is the bathroom door.
Ooh.
As you can see, it is not where it will be. It is in the shower currently. The sink will be a floating sink here, which will be nice because it'll kind of give the space a little bit more room because you won't have a big box in the way. Toilet will go underneath the window, and yeah, that's just about it.
Beautiful.
The bedroom, we have a pocket door that will go in the wall, as pocket doors do. And that's nice because it saves a lot of space. This house did turn out to be pretty spacious, but stuff like that really helps. And you know, having massive door swings can kind of make things a little harder to move around in. And here we are in the bedroom. It has 2 windows. The flooring is almost complete. We haven't quite gotten to the final stages.
That's a nice moment right there, where the 2 floors meet.
A thing that we really kind of valued when we were designing this is that we have matching windows in the bedroom here and on the opposite side of the house, right through the hallway. So that's nice. You kind of get a full view through the house.
Nice circulation.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you want to tell us, Annalisa, about the drop-down ceiling?
Oh, sure. So, in order to ventilate the house, we needed to run some ducting, and the place to do that is going to be right in this hallway, especially because it has to get into the bedroom, and also the bathroom. And so, in order to do that, we needed to drop the ceiling a bit, like 8 inches or something. I don't actually remember. It's been a while since I've plans. But yeah, we're gonna drop the ceiling right here to here, and then right straight across. So this will be kind of a nice little moment of just a diagonal going across, and you'll come in the door, and then you'll kind of step into a bigger space. So that's part of the design, and will also allow the house to be ventilated properly.
Callie, what's your favorite moment?
My favorite moment has to be the light coming through these windows and the way it hits the floor, the way it hits the wall, and fills the room. That makes me so happy.
Magical. These are casement windows right here. They have a screen. And then these are huge picture windows that reflect each other on the other wall. What's something that you want to share about our beautiful house to Phoebe
Something
and
I want to
Scott?
share about our beautiful house to Phoebe and Scott would be
Don't
yesterday.
look in the walls.
The-
I'm sorry. Oh wait.
It's okay.
I almost sealed my safety glasses in the walls. Fun fact.
Fun fact. I'd say that yesterday when we were installing the cabinets, second to last day of the build, building your kitchen, Adam and I were installing the cabinets, and every other cabinet was such a tight, perfect fit that it was almost didn't fit, but it did, and every single one, we would start having to shove it in there, and we'd be like, this one's going to be the one that doesn't fit, and we're going to have to either like change the wall or change the cabinet, but every single one without fail fit perfectly. And your kitchen is, we joked yesterday, a friction fit. It barely needed anything to hold it into the walls, just because it kind of stuck in there on its own. And yeah, so maybe don't jostle stuff too much, but we put a bunch of screws in there anyway, so it's okay. But that's my favorite moment, was building that kitchen.
Amazing.
They really pulled everything together.
Love the doors for the reason that they are windows, and like rethinking like my perception of doors was just like that they are something that like you move in and out of, and then you have to like push out of the way. We have 3 different types of doors, and we have a pocket door, we have the bathroom door. It's just like a swinging door, but the pocket one like just moves in and out of the way, and then we have these other like beautiful window doors that like will let in so much light, and that is pretty magical.
So right here, this is a piece of trim. This came from this board, and in every step of the process, us randomly selecting it from the shipping container.
Shipping container.
Us cutting it. I mean, we cut an end off, we ripped an edge off, and we installed it, and it just happened to line up exactly like that. So that's
We put this board in, and then probably 6 weeks later, without thinking about it, put in this one and lined up. That timing goes crazy.
the chances are very, very low that that would have happened. So
That's wild.
That's a moment.
Yeah, that's a moment.
When Bo and I were working on the metal siding, we started with this wall, and we went through it super quickly until we realized at that point that there was nothing for that piece of siding to clip into. So we decided to bolt it in, and then Bo organized where the bolts would go, and yeah. This is my favorite moment because it's exposed. We thought about painting it, but then we didn't end up painting it. And I really like how it turns out. So right where the metal meets the wood, we have those exposed bolts.
That is really beautiful. Norberto, do you have anything you want to add?
Siding is hard, but just pretty much summed it up very accurately. It has to be my favorite moment. All this glorious siding.
The part that worked out really well was that we needed a kitchen counter.
Mm.
and the butcher block worked perfectly, and the cabinets fit in exactly how they needed to.
Like a glove.
Like a glove.
Better than a glove.
Better.
I think I heard someone say that.
Better than a glove, yeah.
I don't have any gloves that fit that well. For me, the exciting part is actually all the things that you solve that you don't know in advance how you're going to solve. I mean, I think that's the fun part. If it was completely straightforward and you'd done it a million times and this is just a repetitive process, okay, big deal. You know, it's not frankly that much fun. But the metal siding was a whole new experience. The cutting the angles on them.
Yeah, Vermod didn't know how to do that.
Yeah, framing, just interesting framing issues. Just, it's all the little things that don't quite happen exactly as you thought they might happen, but you figure out a way to make it work. I think that's the fun part.
Yeah. You can only design so much.
The fun part of design build.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the house was watching the people that built it grow and learn so quickly, and it was really neat to see, especially because I was the only person who would leave for 3 days and then come back, and the changes I would see week to week were amazing. Couldn't even believe it. I would leave on a Thursday morning, and skills were just being started. By the time I got back on Monday, we're pros. It was really impressive to see. It was really cool. It was awesome. Just imagine if this group had to build another house. How
Ooh.
much quicker and like, I don't know.
Even faster than 10 weeks. Or how
Oh, I bet we could do it in 6. I bet we
Ooh.
could do this in 60% of the time.
That sounds like a challenge.
We'll start right now.
There's some scraps in the backyard.
I feel so comfortable with like the task that you guys put us to, because you're just so friendly and welcoming and supportive, and I understand how you wanted us to take care of it after being a Yestermorrow person. As soon as I have a project, I'm recruiting everyone, and I'm gonna want Yestermorrow to make my stuff as well, because it's just an incredible program, and we appreciate everything that you had us do for you. And I really hope that you love this home because there's a lot of love put into it. There's like this really cute song that we've been listening to, and it says that a house is a building, but a home is a feeling, and we definitely felt that.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.